What they say about me is true. I'm one of those natural-born salesmen who can sell ice to an Eskimo, oil to an Arab, pork to a rabbi, or anything else you can think of. But who really cares about that, right? Unless you want to hire me to sell one of your products, my ability to close is basically irrelevant to you. Whatever the case, that's my gift. The ability to sell anything to anyone in massive quantities. Whether this gift comes from God or nature, I really can't say. What I can say with absolute certainty is that I'm not the only one born with it. There are others who are sort of like me, but the reason they're only sort of like me has to do with another gift I possess, one far more rare and valuable, and that offers a massive benefit to everyone, including you. What is this amazing gift? Quite simply, it's the ability to take people from all walks of life, regardless of age, race, creed, color, background, education, or natural sales ability, and turn them into world-class closers almost instantly. It's a bold statement, I know, but if I were a superhero, training salespeople would be my superpower, and there's not a soul on the planet who does it better than me. Now, that sounded totally awful, right? I can imagine what you're thinking right now. What a cocky bastard, so full of himself. Let's throw the guy to the wolves. Oh wait, he already is a wolf, isn't he? Actually, I'm an erstwhile wolf. But either way, I think it's time to introduce myself properly. I'm the Wolf of Wall Street. Remember me? The one Leonardo DiCaprio played on the big screen? The one who took thousands of kids who could barely walk and chew gum at the same time and turned them into world-class closers using a magical sales training system called the Straight Line. The one who tortured those panic-stricken New Zealanders at the end of the movie because they couldn't sell me a pen the right way? Yeah, that's me. After Black Monday, I took control of an irrelevant little brokerage firm called Stratton Oakmont and moved it to Long Island to seek my fortune. It was there, in 1988, that I cracked the code for human influence and developed that magical system for training salespeople, the Straight Line System. The Straight Line System proved so powerful, effective, and easy to learn that within days of inventing it, it brought massive success to anyone I taught it to. Soon, thousands of young men and women poured into Stratton's boardroom, hoping to hop on the Straight Line gravy train and stake their claim in the American dream. Most of them were average at best, the forgotten children of working-class families. They had never been told they were capable of greatness. Any spark of it had been conditioned out of them. By the time they reached my boardroom, they weren't trying to thrive. They were trying to survive. But in a post-Straight Line world, none of that mattered anymore. Education, intellect, and natural sales ability became trivialities that could be easily overcome. All you had to do was show up, promise to work your ass off, and I'd teach you the Straight Line System and make you rich. But there was also a dark side. The system was almost too effective. It created millionaires so quickly that they skipped the struggles that build character. The result was success without respect, wealth without restraint, and power without responsibility. Things began to spiral out of control. Like a storm feeding on warm ocean waters, the Straight Line System grew and strengthened until it destroyed everything in its path, including me. By the time it was over, I had lost everything: my money, pride, dignity, self-respect, my children for a time, and even my freedom. The worst part was knowing I had no one to blame but myself. I had taken a God-given gift and misused it, and I had taken an amazing discovery and bastardized it. The straight line system had the ability to change lives, to level the playing field for anyone held back by their inability to communicate effectively, to connect with others, and move them to action. And what did I do with it? I used it to live out every adolescent fantasy I'd ever had, while empowering thousands of others to do the same. So yes, I deserved what I got, completely wiped out. But the story doesn't end there. How could a system that created such massive success for anyone who learned it simply fade away? It couldn't, and it didn't. Thousands of ex-Stratonites spread watered-down versions across countless industries. Even diluted, the straight line could take a struggling salesperson and turn them into a solid producer. Then I got involved again. After 2 best-selling memoirs and a blockbuster Scorsese movie, I brought the undiluted system to the world. Banking, brokerage, telecom, auto, real estate, insurance, finance, medicine, law, marketing, everywhere. And this time, the results were even better. Before teaching the system again, I spent 2 full years refining every nuance, pushing it to a higher level of performance while grounding it in ethics and integrity. Gone were high-pressure tactics, manipulative language, and the close-at-all-costs mentality. Every questionable element was replaced with elegant, ethical strategies. World-class experts, psychologists, educators, NLP specialists helped review every aspect. What emerged was something truly incredible, a system so powerful and effective, yet so ethical, that I knew it had finally become what it was meant to be, a money-making force for good. What I offer you on these pages is a turnkey solution for applying the straight line system to any business or industry. If you're in sales or run your own company, this will be a game changer. It will show you how to shorten your sales cycle, increase closing rates, generate referrals, and create customers for life. You'll even get a formula for building and maintaining a world-class sales force. But even if you're not in sales, this book is just as valuable. One of the biggest mistakes civilians make is thinking persuasion only matters when closing a deal. Since I'm not in sales, they think, why learn to sell? Nothing could be further from the truth. Even if you're not in sales, you still need to master persuasion, or you'll live a disempowered life. Selling is everything. Either you're selling or you're failing. You're selling people on your ideas, your concepts, your value. Parents sell kids on doing homework. Teachers sell students on learning. Lawyers sell juries on innocence. Pastors sell faith. Politicians sell visions. Everyone sells every day. Entrepreneurs sell investors, employees, and vendors on their vision. Negotiations, funding, partnerships, it's all persuasion. Selling isn't about business, it's about life. The ability to communicate, connect, and move people to action is the ultimate key to success and empowerment. That's what ethical persuasion is all about. Without it, it's hard to succeed or live empowered. That's what this book offers, a simple, proven way to master communication so you can move through life with greater power and purpose. But remember the words of Spider-Man's uncle, with great power comes great responsibility. This book will give you that power. Please, use it responsibly.